A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a shocking revelation that has ignited outrage across the political spectrum, former U.S. State Department spokesman Matthew Miller has publicly stated that he believes Israeli forces have committed war crimes in Gaza. This statement marks a significant departure from his previous role, where he spent months defending Israel's military actions during the ongoing conflict. Speaking on the Sky News Trump 100 podcast, Miller asserted, "I don't think it's a genocide, but I think it is, without a doubt, true that Israel has committed war crimes." His comments come in the wake of a devastating conflict that has resulted in the deaths of over 54,000 Palestinians, as reported by Gaza's health ministry, and widespread destruction across the region. Miller's acknowledgement raises pressing questions about the Biden administration's continued military support for Israel, particularly in light of U.S. laws that restrict aid to countries accused of human rights violations. During his tenure, Miller was often at the forefront of defending U.S. policy toward Israel, even as critics pointed to significant evidence of war crimes, including attacks on medical facilities and civilian shelters. The former spokesperson's remarks have drawn sharp criticism from various quarters, including the Palestinian group Hamas, which stated that Miller's comments confirm the existence of war crimes and highlight the U.S.'s complicity in these actions. Hamas called for international investigations and legal accountability, asserting that the U.S. bears direct responsibility for the ongoing violence against Palestinians. Ray Jarrar, advocacy director at the U.S.-based organization Dawn, expressed outrage over Miller's delayed admission, stating, "U.S. officials who know atrocities are being committed and continue defending them from behind the podium are not neutral, they are complicit." Jarrar emphasized that Miller's previous silence while in office contributed to the suffering of countless Palestinians and called for accountability for those who aid and abet such violations. Miller, reflecting on his time as a spokesperson, noted that there were internal disagreements within the Biden administration regarding the approach to Israel. He hinted at tensions between President Biden and Secretary of State Antony Blinken, suggesting that more could have been done to pressure Israel to halt the violence. "There were disagreements all along the way about how to handle policy," he said, acknowledging the tragic toll of the conflict on innocent civilians. The former spokesperson also defended his past remarks, explaining that his role required him to represent the official stance of the U.S. government, which had not concluded that Israel was violating international law. He stated, "When you're at the podium, you're not expressing your personal opinion. You're expressing the conclusions of the United States government." However, he admitted that the investigations into Israeli actions have not yielded accountability for those responsible for the violence. As the conflict continues to escalate, Miller's comments have added fuel to the fire of an already contentious debate over U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. Critics are calling for a re-evaluation of military aid to Israel and greater accountability for human rights violations. The international community is now watching closely to see how these revelations will impact the Biden administration's approach to the ongoing crisis in Gaza and its relationship with Israel. The fallout from Miller's statements is likely to reverberate through political circles as activists and human rights organizations demand action against what they describe as systematic violations of international law. As the situation in Gaza remains dire, with millions displaced and humanitarian aid severely restricted, the need for a comprehensive and just resolution to the conflict has never been more urgent. With calls for accountability growing louder, the implications of Miller's admission could reshape the discourse around U.S.-Israel relations and the broader peace process in the region. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.